Um, yeah, thank you, Sonia. Welcome to CERT3 and Individual Support Ageing. Just to let you know about this course will provide you with the skills and knowledge to become an aged care worker, provide person-centred support to people who may require support due to ageing, follow safe work practices including infection control and how to support independence and wellbeing, support people experiencing dementia and best practice approaches and models that influence aged care work, understanding how to recognise and report situations of concern, and working with older people with mental health issues. The following skills and attributes will be useful to students studying this course. So you need to have effective communication skills, be physically active, demonstrate initiative and be able to work as a team and be good at solving problems. Some desirable attributes include being supportive, respectful, flexible, resilient, patient, and responsible and wanting to make a difference in the lives of others. Some of these skills you will already have, some that you can certainly work on. Industry and pathway opportunities. Some of the different roles that you can do in the industry are you can be an aged care worker, you can be a personal care worker, you can be a home care assistant, you can be an ECA or extended care assistant, or you can be or a support worker, or one of many that you can do once you complete this certificate. TASTAFE entry requirements. So for application, learners will need to obtain the following: a national police check, and it needs to be option 2, which is the annulled record for aged care, which is free of, and you need to be free of serious convictions, and it needs to also be less than 12 months old. You need to have your Working with Vulnerable People registration, and students enrolled in aged care will require a current flu vaccination and a record of that. COVID vaccination is no longer required to enter this course, but COVID vaccinations remain highly recommended as per the Health Department advice, and there are still some work placement hosts that still require evidence of vaccination. Applicants will be asked for vaccination status record for work placement host allocation, and that's just some of them do, some of them don't. And all vaccinations are required by industry for work placement. We then talk about recognition of prior learning. So if you have any prior qualifications or you have completed unit codes, or you may have worked in the industry for a while and have some prior knowledge, they're things that you need to present prior to you starting the course so that we can look at them as teachers for submission. And also too, when you come to class, we also recommend that you have full attendance so that you don't have days on or days off, that when we're on campus that you need to attend. We also talk about unit courses. So the CERT3 and individual support has a total of 15 units. So there are 9 core units and 6 electives. So there's some of the first units that we do, for example, WH&S and infection control, communication and working with diverse people, work legal and ethically. One of the electives is deliver palliative care, or delivers care services using a palliative approach. We also do recognise health in bodies and working with people with mental health. We provide individualised support, facilitate empowerment of people receiving support, and support independence and wellbeing. We also do first aid, assisting clients with medication, provide support to people living with dementia, and work effectively in aged care. I think that's 10, is it, Roseanne? Are you taking over from here?
Sure, no problem. Thanks,
I will
Juliet.
just stop sharing and I'll let Roseanne take over from here.
Thanks, Juliet. Okay. And we'll just...
All right, just bear with me 1 second while I get this up and running. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the presentation so far. Oh, that's not going to be right. Makes it a little bit more challenging now I'm on one computer.
It can be. So if you go share and select the window option, and then you should be able to find the PowerPoint from there. At least everyone knows we're here and live.
Yes, we are live, definitely.
How is that looking? Not quite right.
Yeah. Can you pop that into slideshow view? That's perfect, Roseanne.
All right.
Now, scoot across to your slides and I'll push that over. There we go. We're back on track. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks so much for your patience, everybody. All right. So, learning modules. We do have a variety of different modes of learning. So here it will be on campus. It might be through project work, group work, presentations. Often the word presentation usually scares a lot of people, but you'll have plenty of practice before you're expected to deliver. And the presentation doesn't necessarily have to be directly at the front of the group. We have lots of practical skills as well. We have a really good simulation room where you will be doing group work or one-on-one activities. Our virtual learning is online, so that's sometimes it can be very structured, so you'll be given tasks to do. Other time it is independent learning, so you'll be expected to complete tasks in your own time in preparation for when you come back next. And also in regards to our placement, there is an expectation, it's a compulsory part of the course, that you are completing 120 hours of that work placement. We'll talk, I'm sure, more about that in a moment. Like Juliet mentioned before, your attendance and commitment to the course is really important. So whether the delivery mode is face-to-face or it's online, all course requirements requires your attendance. So even if it is structured learning to be online at your own home or in the library, it is an expectation that you do attend all of those classes and participate in all the workshops. Again, work placement is compulsory and there is that 120 hours minimum that is required to gain the full qualification. So what's expected of you? So development, the ability to link theory to practical skills when on campus and when on work placement. To develop the ability to meet industry standards during the course and when you are on work placement. To complete all the required documentation to a level acceptable for the course requirements. And once again, just being clear, we're covering that minimum 120 hours practical placement must be completed as well. Along with the compulsory class attendance and completing the structured online, we recommend setting aside approximately 6 to 8 hours per week for study, research and completion of assessment tasks. So the assessment tasks are expected to be done in your own time. There will be opportunities throughout the course for assessments to be completed on campus. However, most of the written assessment tasks will be expected to be completed in your own time. Students who do not complete the progression milestones during the course will be invited to attend a meeting with the teacher to discuss their progress. This is just a really good opportunity to touch base, making sure that if we can support you further in your study or offer some additional supports through student services, it's a good opportunity to have those conversations if you haven't done already. The timetable. So the course here is delivered for 3 days a week and it is either virtual or on campus. So again, your attendance is a must. It's a very fast-paced course, so if you miss a day, it is your responsibility to catch up, essentially. So students will be given a timetable at the commencement of the course, usually in the first couple of days during the orientation. You'll be given a copy of the excuse me, timetable that will also indicate your placement and when that will be, the holidays and so forth. Again, 120 hours is required, and successful completion of the workplace assessment tasks. There's a couple of those while you are out on work placement. So for the Burnie campus here, it starts on the 28th of July and runs through to the 27th of May 2027. You are expected to attend Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Again, Tuesday, Wednesday are definitely on campus. Thursday may be flexible learning. It could be attending assessment tasks on that Thursday, but those 3 days should be set aside purely for TAFE days, regardless of where your learning is. And the hours for class are 9 till 3. Just in addition to those times, it's not listed there, we will be having a break over Christmas, as I'm sure we will need it just as much as what you would enjoy having some time with your family as well. So we will be finishing on Thursday, the 10th of December. That will be the last day for 2026. And we will resume in the 9th of February 2027. That's when class will recommence for the new year. Again, a little bit more about work placement. So that 120 hours of work placement in aged care, it is compulsory. And you must complete all the shifts that are allocated by the facility. The placement includes a combination of morning and afternoon shifts, so that's 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. shifts. They're all on a weekday. There's no night shift, no weekend or public holiday shifts. Sometimes the shift times can vary just depending on where you are placed. So with the workplace requirements, it is your responsibility to manage your home and time and any other commitments so you can attend the workplace shift, the placement shifts allocated. Please organise your own transportation to and from the allocated workplace. Like we mentioned before, the National Police Check has to be less than 12 months old. Working with Vulnerable People card must also be provided. All the immunisations required for aged care, influenza, the new strain of influenza for that year will be mandatory, and organised childcare if that's applicable to you. You are not required to handle your own work placement. That is something that we have a fantastic team that organises the work placement for TAFE, so we're very lucky there. So you do have to be physically fit. It is a repetitive physical work over an 8-hour shift during your work placement. So you do need to do a lot of walking, standing for long periods of time, or moving your body safely to support others. You also need to accept all types of diversity in the workplace, including the people you support and the people that you work with. So this fee at TAFE will depend on the course that you choose and may vary depending on the level of government subsidy that is available, the cost of delivery and previous study you have undertaken and or your personal circumstances. So the fees for this course are available on the course page on our website via the fee calculator. The fees cover basic materials needed for your course, but may not cover items such as textbooks, workbooks, uniform, online learning resources, or personal protective clothing. Depending on your course, there may be other expenses that you need to budget for. And we will talk about some of those expenses during the orientation. So please refer to the website for current fees. There is a charge for consumables, and that is $60 per learner. refund. So if you start the course but you leave before completing 20% of the course, you are eligible for a refund. But if you start the course and leave after doing that 20%, you will not be eligible for a refund. So you will be required to pay the fee remaining. Some of those additional costs, so the police check, you've got your working with vulnerable people card, a volunteer card is all that's required. That's the $22 there. The change of class is only applicable if you gain employment that's associated during the course, though. It's the volunteer card only that is required. The course resources fee is $60. There is a black polo shirt that is around $40. A textbook is not compulsory. A lot of your learning is available to you via the online platform called Canvas, but there is a book available. You can purchase it or you can borrow it from the library. As part of that uniform, particularly for placement, it is black or navy trousers, black closed-in shoes, and vaccinations required for work placement will be at your cost. So the application process, they will open on Monday at 12 o'clock midday. So if you can visit the website, go to the apply and enroll page to find out where you need to be ready to apply. As part of the application process and before being offered a place in the course, you'll be asked to complete a language literacy, numeracy and digital literacy task. A link will be provided by email, so monitor your emails. A member of our team will contact you to book you in and ask you to attend a course conversation with one of our teaching staff, be Juliet or myself, or maybe both, to ensure that you are fully informed and understand the course requirements. It's a good opportunity to ask any questions as well if it hasn't been covered already. Okay, make a great start with Study Start. So an intro to studying successfully at TAFE. If you haven't picked up a computer for a little while and you're a little bit unsure on, whether I can navigate it, Study Start is a really good place to start. It's a free 4-day program starting on Monday the 20th of July to Thursday the 23rd. So it's perfect timing before your course starts. You'll learn study skills, how to use a computer program here at TAFE. It is flexible study, so on campus, or an evening course online. And again, details you can go to TAFE website and search Study Start. Foundation Skill Services is another opportunity that you can reading, writing, maths, computer skills, study skills and workplace skills. So it's a foundation skill service. You can work within a group or provide individual tutoring. We can do this on campus or online, so you can scan the QR code to book a one-on-one appointment with a foundation skills teacher. That's if you decide to join us along this learning journey. Student support, so if you need any assistance or support during your time at TAFE, please don't hesitate to seek any advice from our support team here. We have student counsellors, disability liaison officers, Aboriginal support officers based in each region. Our support team offer a range of student services, including advice about financial assistance, counselling, disability support and pathway planning. So there is a 1300 number to make an appointment, or you can visit the student support section on the website. So a couple of key details left. So applications for this course open on Monday, the 25th of May at 12 o'clock midday. And as part of the application process and before being offered a place in the course, you will be asked to complete a language literacy, numeracy and digital literacy task. A member of our team will be in contact with you to book you in and ask you to attend a course conversation with one of our teaching staff and to ensure you are fully informed and understand the course requirements. And that is us. Thank you very much. I'll just stop sharing for a moment now.
Great. Okay, Roseanne and Juliet, I've got you both on screen now. Okay, let's review some of those questions that have come through. First up, work placement. Can I choose where I do my work placement?
Okay, so with your work placement, we do take into consideration in regards to where you will be located. So unless you lived in Burnie and you wanted to go to Launceston to do your work placement, we would usually place people in their demographic, providing we have hosts that are available to cater for the number of students. We will always try and host people close to their home, bearing in mind that they do have to pay for travel costs and those type of things. So just depends on the host and how many students they can actually accommodate. It may be people need to travel a little bit further, but we will certainly do our best to have everyone hosted close to their home.
Someone has sort of just popped in if we could have a look at the elective units again, if it's not too much trouble, but we've certainly recorded it and the list of electives are available on the course page on our website as well. Are they electives people choose or are they already pre-selected?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So, industry have essentially decided what they would like upcoming individual support students to have as part of the whole course. So, industry themselves have decided on the electives for this particular course. So, unfortunately, students don't get to choose. However, there may be opportunities online through various other RTOs to do some other units if that's what they would like to do. But the electives that we have for this particular course are already chosen. Yeah.
Thank you for that clarification, Roseanne. Another question here. I have previously undertaken the Certificate 3 Individual Support Disability. Do I need to do this course all over, or do I need to, do I get some units credited? And yeah.
Yeah. Are you happy for me to answer, Juliet, or do you want to?
Yeah, thank you. That'd be great.
So the course we have 15 units and essentially apart from those elective units, it's exactly the same. So the unit titles, each individual unit title is exactly the same from ageing and disability, apart from those 3 elective units that are very different. It will depend on where you decide to work as to whether that organisation will accept your disability qualification, individual support, Certificate 3 with the disability specialisation, or whether they may request that you pick up a couple of extra units individually. Unfortunately, we don't offer those individual units for the aged care at the moment. If you decided to jump in and do this course, essentially you would have to do your placement and you would have to do the specialisation, the 3 specialisation units, particularly for aged care and the placement associated with this. So providing that the codes were exactly the same for the other 12 units, then you would be eligible for a credit transfer. It's probably something that we could perhaps send you a direct email because it's very specific to you.
And that is something you have individual conversation with and look at the evidence to support that as well.
Yep, yeah.
Okay. I have someone here who is based in the southern part of the state. Is it possible for them to undertake the course up here in the northwest?
Did you want to go, Juliet? Or?
Yeah, I'll have it. Yeah, it is possible for them, but they would need to attend the 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday on campus in Burnie, because that's where this actual particular course is being offered. There are courses I'm not sure whether there's a mid-year course in Hobart. Do you know, Roseanne, whether there is a mid-year course?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. So if you wanted to do it once again, you would need to be here on campus.
Yes, and I can probably just add to that, yeah, it is just in the northwest here at Burnie for this mid-year intake. But the other good news for anyone who may have to travel out of area, we would like to, we do have now our residents, our student residents, where people can book if they were wanting to stay. Obviously, you can find out more about that on our website as well in regard to student accommodation.
And it's probably
Okay.
something too, Sonia, that would be like it would be an individual conversation you'd have with a person,
Yeah,
rather than a group conversation.
absolutely. There is also, someone has asked here, how long does it take to get a working with vulnerable check?
Good question. It can take quite some time, which we always really encourage people if they've applied, and they've had their course conversation, they've been given a placement, that there's actually a place for them in the course, then we strongly encourage people to actually apply for their Working with Vulnerable People card then. They do need to say that they have even applied and got a receipt for their application, because obviously people aren't going to have their Working with Vulnerable People card by Monday as soon as it opens. So even if they apply and they have applied for a card and they've got the receipt as evidence, but it can take up to 6 weeks sometimes for that to come through.
And is that the same situation for the police check as well?
Police checks are usually a little bit quicker, so between 2 to 3 weeks, but the Vulnerable People card usually takes quite a lot longer. Yeah.
And someone else just questioning about if I have some holidays booked or wanting to go on is it something that I can start and stop for this course? Yeah.
Yeah, so because the course is so full, essentially, we've got 15 units to cover over, not a very long period. So missing any time for an extended period, like even if it's a week to 2 weeks, there's a lot of catch up that's required. And sometimes if it's during assessments, we may not have an opportunity to catch up on those assessments. So if you have got a holiday booked, that means that you're going to be away for an extended period. Perhaps it might be a short course it might be worthwhile rather than the full qualification at the moment. It's something to consider. You certainly have a conversation if you apply and you come to the course conversation. It's something that you could certainly have a conversation one-on-one with the teacher in regards to your circumstances.
And it looks like another one's just popped through, and that is in regards to assessments. What happens if I don't get my assessment right? Do I get another attempt?
Yeah, that's a good question as well. So there is the opportunity for 3 attempts per assessment. Yep. So each time, if you're not quite there yet for the very first one, you're offered more learning opportunities, and you can certainly go away and sort of have a bit of a reflect on what it is that might need to be provided feedback in that moment, for an opportunity to redo that one again. And again, if wasn't quite there yet, it would be an opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation with the teacher and work out strategies on where things could be improved for the third time. And so, yeah, essentially there's 3.
And working, I guess, your experience with the course and working in the industry, what are some of those career pathways that you've seen your students go into? Are there any specialty areas they branch off into?
Yeah, so often we do see students that are using this, depending on when they've started the course in their life. It may be a stepping stone into nursing, for example, like doing their diploma of nursing, and then going on to registered nursing, or it can be that people are taking a sideways step into AIN, assistant in nursing at the hospital. So, or they may go on to do diversional therapy in a residential facility. So they're providing more of those activities in the community space. Juliet, did you want to talk to that a little bit?
Couldn't get my mute button off. Yeah, no. Once you get this, once the certificate's completed, there is a magnitude of offers that you can do. Any jobs that if you look up to do with support work, they normally have this as a part of the criteria that needs to be completed or at least working towards. But I mean, there's lots of things that you can do and lots of things that I've known people to go on with, like you can be in the community, you can be in a residential facility. Yeah, it's a really good stepping stone. Nursing, as you said, Roseanne. Yep.
Wonderful. That appears to be all the questions that have come through at this stage. Before we wrap up, is there anything else that you would like to emphasise about the course for potential applicants who are watching today?
You can go for. Did you want to say something, Roseanne? I'm just excited about starting in the end of in July.
Yeah, look, I think it's can always be a really daunting task to think about restudying again, particularly if you haven't studied for a little while, or if you've just finished year 12 and is a little bit unsure on what might be the next step for you. It's a really safe space to discover yourself again and look at a different industry that is really rewarding. It's a demanding industry, but it's a really rewarding industry that just opens up so many opportunities, and having the option to study in a really local and nice, safe environment, we really enjoy it. So hopefully you do too.
Just a thing to add to, Roseanne, the requirements now of to be 18 before starting this course. So that's before the 28th of July. You've got to be 18. That's correct, isn't it? Yep. Because I'm not sure that that's on any of the documentation that I've seen. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think that's about us, Sonia.
Yeah, that's us.
That is. And if anyone would like to ask you some questions after this, they can reach out to the team. I believe the email address is health.admin@tafe.tas.edu.au.
Yep.
Or give us a call on 1300 655 307.
Yep, sounds fantastic.
Great. Yep.
Thank you all for watching today, and we hope to see you studying with us in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.